Everybody, and welcome back. This is going to be a little bit disjointed of a garden tour. Today is Monday, July 29th. We have had rain most of yesterday. We're expecting it all of today. We've had it this morning, thunder and lightning, and it's in the 10-day forecast for every day, just like rain and cloudy. So right now there is a break for the first time in hours and hours, and I thought I would run out here really quick and do the end of June garden tour. I'm going to start, just to kind of give you lay of the land, I'm going to start like over there with that stuff and then move this way and then come out, and I'll explain this fence, and then come to the other boxes and out there and then across those rows, just so you know where I'm going. We have this Premier 1 fence up, electric netting. I will show you the damage I had to some green beans. I had a rabbit out here, and so we got this specifically to go around the chicken coop. The chickens are not out in the coop yet. They are in the brooder in the garage still, so we put it up right now just to protect from the rabbit. But the very first thing up here is green beans. These are bush beans in this row, and there's like 4 different kinds. I don't remember what they all are. I will try to look it up and list it. It's being overtaken with weeds. I haven't been able to get out here, but at least it looks like they're able to get up there. This row is all types of cherry tomatoes. There are tons of, there's like, I think I planted 5 different types in here. This one is like on a little, I don't even know what that's called, but I think it's kind of cool. Marigold. In here, I think these are just the super sweet 100s, I think. This is, I believe, the orange Peruche. 2 of those. And down here, these are super fun. These are Candyland Red, and they are currant tomatoes. So you know, like, we normally have grape and cherry tomatoes. They're about the size of a grape and cherry. These are the size of a currant, and they're teeny tiny, and I think they're gonna be so cool. They're clustered everywhere. These 2 plants are producing very well. I'll have to come out and tie some more up. But everything is taking a long time to ripen, and I'm not sure if it's because we've had like a cooler summer. We had hot weather for like a week, and then it disappeared into this rainy, cool weather. It's really gonna throw us off. I have these extra super sweets. I'm gonna take this one, woohoo! Just kind of randomly placed because I bought them on a whim at a hardware store, and I hadn't planned them in my spot, so I'm kind of just sticking them where I can find space. These are green beans in this row, and this was where I really wanted to protect from the rabbit damage. Some of these are Blue Lake, some are Kentucky Wonder. Right here in the middle, that green thing, that is the divider. So it went off. So now I don't know. But see this right here? That was a rabbit eating off all the tender shoots. And I came out here, and these had just come up, and they were all like chewed off at the top. And so just in the last couple days, though, we only have this fence up for 4 days, and they've already taken off, and they're doing pretty darn well. Cannot wait to get green beans. This row is slowly being taken down. It was all regular green sugar snap peas and then the purple potted ones. And as the weather has gotten hotter and the sugar snap peas are not dealing with the heat because they're more of a cool weather thing, I've been pulling them and just planting random tomatoes that I had left over, because I made extra seedlings, not being sure how much would germinate. So I have some in here. One of these is a beefsteak. One is a Momotoro. I don't remember what that is. Hopefully once all the other ones ripen, I'll know what that is. I've got a couple remaining peas. Those are the sugar snaps over there. These on this end are the purple ones, and they're beautiful and tasty and way easier to find than the, this one's more ready. I love the range of color on them. Than the green ones. They are a little more heat tolerant too. I've noticed that my green ones have turned faster in the heat. This was an extra Candyland Red, I believe. So in here I have, these are June bearing strawberries. Those are King Kong, and these are Cabot. and you have to pull the flowers off, so I have no harvest this year, but I did let one flower go on each one just so I could taste and decide what I wanted. And I settled on these things from the dollar store, those little tents to cover your food when you're eating outside to keep them off of flies. They were just way cheaper than anything else I could find to cover them, and I just use landscape pins to hold them down. I don't know if you can see that right there, like from these. I just put one on each side. That way the birds don't get to them. If you have a suggestion for strawberries, I would love to hear it. Actually, all my berries, because I would love to one day have like a strawberry patch with 100 or more strawberry plants, and I've got blueberries and raspberries and blackberries, and I want, you know, 50 of those. And individually tenting or even building a cage over something of that size is just not, I don't think it's logistically a doable idea. So any ideas you have for larger scale keeping birds off of berries would be great. This is the cucumbers starting to climb the arch. This side is the pickling cucumbers. They are all Chicago pickling. I've got my first baby one right there. I've had a lot of flowers, but they have been mostly male flowers, so I'm just now getting the female flowers. Let me put this one up here. You're going the wrong way, buddy. So I have this A-frame I got from Lehman's for things to grow in the middle, and then this can grow over the arch. Top of the arch, there's the arch. And then this side are the fresh eating cucumbers. So I have a couple different types because I was experimenting this year. There are some Bellas, some Mini Munch, some Beet Alphas. I think there's one other, but I can't remember what kind. I really have no idea how these are going to do with our current cooler, rainy weather. I just don't know. We'll see. I was running out here when the rain stopped because these are ever-bearing strawberries, so you can harvest them, and I have a lot ready to harvest. I wanted to do it before it was raining, but again, I've got the tents on these, and as they ripen, I just kind of move it to the next one. Again, not a great long-term solution, but it works for right now. It does keep the birds off. I have tried scare tape. It hasn't worked. I have tried painting a bunch of little rocks red before these were ripe and let the birds come peck on them and learn that they're not something they want, but that hasn't worked either. So again, I love a suggestion. Let me hop around to the other side, come out of the fence, and show you all that stuff out there. Realize you might want to know that that's the asparagus. You have to let it go and fern like that, and then when it dies back in the fall, then you can cut it to ground level. So over here I used to have sugar snap peas, and they have now died, and I've put in 2 tomatoes there. This is some pink Chinese celery, another marigold, a watermelon that's not really growing, cabbage I need to harvest soon. It's awesome, and another baby cabbage. These are broccoli that I'm in the process of ripping out and interplanting other stuff instead. So I have a pepper there. I was in the middle of planting yesterday when the deluge just came down suddenly, and so I didn't get to finish, and all this water needs to be dumped. Oh my goodness. That's insane. Okay, so these are tomatillos that I planted yesterday, and I was at Lowe's the other day, and some things sounded fun. So this is a red bell. I just wanted another one, and this is a jalapeno called spicy sauce. Has anyone noticed they've got these new food, not that any vegetable isn't food related, but food named vegetables at Lowe's in their plant department? It's kind of fun. There's a lot going on in this one. A couple of just regular green bell peppers on the corners, some spinach, some beets, and most of this was supposed to be spinach and beets, but it just didn't all germinate, and so I added the bell peppers I didn't have space for, and I picked up a spaghetti squash, which actually happened to have 3 plants in it, so I put those in here. I haven't had good luck with those in the past, but I'm in a new place, so we'll try it and see. I have one bell pepper right there, baby bell pepper. These are carrots and red onions. I have been harvesting red onions and just using them as I want to. I will need to pull the rest soon. They're pretty small though. These are called tender sweets. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that interruption because my daughter noticed a water leak in the house, which is just great news. Anyways, back to carrots. These were tender sweets. These are black nebula, red Carota, Kyoto, something like that. These were succession planted, that's why they are smaller than these. I have pulled a couple of the black nebula. Did you hear that cow? They've been okay. Summer's not my favorite time to eat the carrots. I like them after they've had some cold weather. Over here are mostly peppers. My peppers, I have never ever had, I've always grown peppers really easily. Neglect them, they do fine. These are like red, yellow, orange snacking peppers. These are a mix of experimental, random types. And these are some other, that's a jalapeno. I don't know what's happening this year. They're just not growing. I have put nitrogen on them, but they're yellow. I don't know what the issue is with the peppers. They're just not growing much. And it could be, again, the heat. We have not had much heat, and peppers love heat. So I tried to pick up an extra red snacking pepper at Lowe's, and that's what that bigger one is. But it's not the same as the ones I had planted. Over here, more peppers. These are Anaheims, Poblanos. That might be it. And then these are some more pink celeries. I had to harvest my red potatoes. They were getting blight. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that bag of potatoes. Basil there is interplanted throughout my garden because it repels a lot of pests. My zucchini. Ooh, I've got some ready to pick. I swear they were growing slower, and now all of a sudden there's a big one. I've got several in here ready to pick. I'll do that today. The corn, I have Country Gentleman and Peaches and Cream. Super sweet, and baby corns. And the baby corns over there aren't doing so well over there. But the others are all doing great. They're definitely more than knee-high by 4th of July. There has been a little wind damage with our storms, but overall they've done well. I think I've just lost a couple of the outer ones to the wind. I might try to stake them back up, or like re-solidify them, pack some dirt around them. We'll see. Hill them up a bit. See, those were the babies that didn't do very well. I don't know what that problem is. So there's that, and then over here, these 2 rows are beefsteak tomatoes. Some of these are bigger because they've been here longer because they did well in the frost, and the other ones I had to replace after that hard frost in early May. I do have some babies on here. I just saw one. Where'd it go? There's one back there, and there was another one in here somewhere. They're starting to really get going now. I need to come out and prune and use some more clips to stake up some pieces. But see, these 2 I had to replace, so they're a little behind. They do have some fruit on them though. This one was my earliest. They're looking very not filled out, but they're getting plenty of water, so I'm not sure why. Here's some dill I need to prune down and dehydrate some. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. I had to take a couple out. They appear to have gotten the blight from the other ones, but these ones are fine. They have flowered already, and so they're going to die back soon, and I'll be able to dig them up. Another basil, and then a random tomato that I didn't have a home for. This row of tomatoes is half and half. Those are Momotoros, and these are Blush. And the Blush ones are like a larger cherry size. They are described as, they're almost like a Juliet in size and shape. They are described as big enough to slice, even though they're cherry style. Momotoros are more of a big red slicing tomato, and I have never grown them. I was just experimenting this year. The plants are prolific. These have gotten a little jumbled in the wind and rain. So we'll see. I hope the rain holds off right now, long enough for me to get out here and tie some pieces up to help them survive. And then this was the other row of green beans. I have some herbs I need to plant. Didn't have time. These got way chewed down, so I went ahead and filled in. I mean, look at all those tops that got chewed off. All of those. So these were some type of green bean. I think they were Old Homestead or something. And then I tried to plant shelling peas in here, which gotten almost completely decimated by the rabbit. And then I've come back in just yesterday and planted a tomato there and a tomato there because I had some more babies, and these were I wasn't going to try to replant them right now since they're not in the fence. I did realize that over here in the fenced area, I forgot to mention the box of lettuce when I was by it. So there's the fresh eating cucumbers, the pickling cucumbers, the June bearing strawberries, and then these were the lettuces. They're starting to bolt. I'm going to trim some off really small for the baby chicks, feed some to the neighbor's cows. Hey cows. They're having babies lately too, they're cute. There's like a crisp head over there, like a small one. It's bolting, and my Rocky Top blend we've been eating a lot of, and it's still bolting. And these are called Superior Ones. They're supposed to be bolt resistant, and so far they're holding up better than everything else, but they still have that hot bitterness thing going for them. Anyways, that's it for today. Looks like I got to get through it before the rain hit, although I see some clouds that are questionable. So hopefully I can pick some strawberries real quick and get back inside. Thanks for joining me today.